mean, we live in a society where a lot of people are followers and they can't make their set opinions. Like, I have friends going to college for stuff that their parents want them to go for, and they're not even happy or anything, but they're just trying to please them, and in the long run, like, I mean, what's gonna be there? Your parents die and you're just stuck there. Like, I just try to tell people to just think for themselves and they'll be way happier in the long run.
There seems to me in social media a large expanse of people who are willing to fabricate all aspects of reality to make their post more likable, more accessible, and more impressionable to others. In some ways, a level of influence is spread upon people because of their desire to be noticed. And that goes on with our daily lives as well. How do you know that someone is not quote-unquote faking it? How do you know if someone really means what they say? Is a good morning really a good morning? Would you even care to ask if it's a good morning? And how deep does that go? Let's explore that in the video. Do we as humans ever consider the ramifications or the effects of faking it or of being ingenuine? Every little fabrication, every little white lie, doesn't it add up to something big, something greater? Doesn't it tip over? After some time, we expect something to happen, and yet we continue with this level of ambiguity within us. It piles up. It flows on to the people, and these people will remember in some way, in some fashion, even after years. Something within them will tell them that inside them there's something uniquely wrong about someone, and that someone could be you. By being ingenuine to others, by keeping this part of ourselves that we are supposed to reveal to others, we are owing a debt to reality. By keeping our true feelings within ourselves, by talking behind people's back, by spreading lies, by sprinkling or sugarcoating words just so people may like you more, we are in fact being slaves to a fictitious persona. We are going further and further away from reality. But in being genuine, we are closing the gap between this fictitious persona and this realistic version of ourselves. Not merely a version, but the truth. But then again, I am a part of this. No more, no less than you. So what do you have to do to keep that genuine part of you inside? It's not being mean. By being mean, you are in fact offending the realistic idea that people have of you. You are being true to yourself, however, being morally questionable against others. It is your goal to keep a sense of goodwill and fellow kindness to your fellow human, to your co-participator. And in doing so, you are being the ideal and genuine version of yourself.
Believe it or not, it's something I respect about you as well. You're not afraid to be yourself.
In approaching this situation, there are solutions for you to consider. First of all, you in this realistic form of yourself will be someone who is passionate about something. Because in being fake, in being a figure behind a facade, you are sucking that life out of your purpose. In approaching real, genuine personality, you are approaching it with a passion for something. And in that passion, you are doing something with that. So start doing what you love. In the case of this kind of topic, start doing what your mind longs to do. In doing what you love, you are making sure that you are setting an example for yourself to reach that ideal version.
People want something to believe in, and it could either be positive or negative, but it's just how you carry yourself. If you carry yourself just with those leader qualities, like, I don't need to listen to anyone. I'm gonna do this, I believe it. Some people be like, oh.
In learning to say no and be reluctant in certain situations, you are providing yourself the freedom for people to know you as this genuine person. By learning to take the high road from time to time, by learning to give people a boundary, to set a boundary, to set a space, you are telling them that you deserve respect and that person also deserves respect. Because in the moment that you say yes based on a false notion of camaraderie, you are basically telling this person that this person deserves a fabricated version of you. You cannot always hope to say yes. It is, in fact, a simplified version of FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Spreading yourself thin over a vast group of meetups, of vacations, of getaways, of parties will cause you to leave the genuine self behind. You need your own time to figure out who you are as a person. To say no from time to time, not because you do not like the person, and not just because you are lazy to do so. It is a sense of knowing your priorities at the moment.
Some people can only judge you based off what you've already done.
Following on the second solution, that also means that the people who do care about you will always understand, and the people who don't care about you will leave. That is a simple yet highly overlooked aspect of relationships. The people who do know you inside and out will always see it to themselves that they understand you and give you the space and give you the leisure to decide for yourself on who you want to be and what you want to do. The fourth solution requires that people understand you.
Because people chase that, like, oh, people like this, let's make 5 million. And it's like, no, just make that and then move on.
In reducing your social media use, you are in fact giving your realistic version a taste of reality. By avoiding the internet with all its distractions and all its overstimulation and all of its data and information and knowledge, you get to experience this part of the world with your own senses because you have more time and dedication to that goal. One example is to take in nature as a whole. You are in fact putting this vessel of yours in where it's supposed to be and wherever it was bred in to be. By being in nature, you are giving your body the space and the time to breathe. In nature, you are in sync with what your body needs, and in fact, you are free from whatever distraction that the internet does seem to provide. In nature, you are distracted to an extent. However, this distraction assists in your pondering, in your thought process, by giving you things to focus on as a way to hone in on your thoughts.
Sometimes I'm not ready for things like, sometimes I'm just not there yet. I wore all black 3 weeks ago to an event and it was nice. And I was like, I'll do that probably in 2 years and really dive into it.
But then again, don't be too hard on yourself. It is simply an effort to do so in such a short amount of time. Ideally, by doing this process of being genuine, giving yourself the boundary and the space to say no, to use less social media, and to take in more nature with people who do care, you are supposed to take a long and meaningful period of time. Do not rush. Enjoy the imperfections of growth. Whatever failure you experience, whatever trials you will face, will eventually lead to a form of yourself that you will appreciate as a genuine aspect of your identity. This is also a lesson to myself too. I am no more a human or less of a human than you. What I am doing right now is taking whatever I have learned and distilling it for you to experience, to watch, and to learn from. Because then again, I'm just a guy playing video games.